All right, y'all. We are on air live. This is a Google Hangout with Wyldstyle Radio's after party, and I got DJ Ice and DJ Black with me. So, say hi and
Guys,
Hi.
how's it going, Weberverse?
What's
we're
up?
yeah. So, anyway, this is the after party. We're gonna be talking a little bit more about Robin Williams, uh, the death that happened Monday morning. Uh, we really kind of didn't work on what we was talking about, so this might be a little on the weird side of getting it going, but
I
basically,
just
go
I
ahead.
discovered how that happened too.
Yeah,
I
we
discovered what happened.
yeah, me and Anna was actually in, or me and DJ Ice was in Atlanta, and we actually were just watching the news or a clip of the news, and it said we're gonna do
Remember Robin
yeah,
Williams?
yeah, and we was like, what? And then we heard that he actually uh killed himself, and I was like, wow, and he was basically going through a major depression. He was severe depression. Uh, and I think I was watching something earlier. I think it was on CMT. They had a like life and times of in the death of Robin Williams and stuff. And I've also seen a clip probably a while back, maybe 6 months. It didn't look very old of him talking about the depression that he was going through. Uh, but it was a very shocking thing because you see him, he's a very happy-go-lucky person, if or that's what came across everybody. But sometimes when you have someone that just make everybody laugh, sometimes in the background you just don't see what's really going on.
Right.
Uh, but we're gonna try to remember the great times uh, with all the great movies he made. With Mork and Mindy. Of course, you can't if you never seen Mork and Mindy, try to go see it. I mean, that was like his first big thing, TV show, and it was funny.
Nanu Nanu.
Yeah, nanu nanu.
Man, I remember watching that show. Love it.
Uh,
Yeah,
I had to say it.
even today you say nanu nanu, you just gotta laugh.
Exactly.
Yep, everybody knows what you're talking about.
And if you can do it on your fingers, you're talented.
Yeah, actually, I cannot remember the actual sign of nanu nanu. I get it mixed up with Spock. You know, Spock.
I used to be able to do it really good. I
Yeah.
used to when I was younger.
Well, what is y'all's favorite movies uh, from him? If you've ever seen any?
If I gotta choose, I, I gotta say Patch Adams.
Yeah, that was a. I've only seen like a couple times, and it's been a long time since I've seen it.
That movie's hilarious as hell.
But it was funny. Everything he done was funny.
And then Hook was good too.
Yeah, Hook was good. Popeye.
Yeah, yeah, Popeye.
A lot of people don't realize he did Popeye. You
He
know,
did, yeah. That was him.
and that I think I seen it once, maybe a little bit of it. Of course, it's Robin Williams because you just never know what he's gonna say. He just pops up with you know all kind of stuff.
You got Netflix?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's on there.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out soon. Uh,
Yeah.
and I went out a couple years ago and got Good Morning Vietnam.
Good movie.
Oh, that it wasn't one of his funniest movies he's done, but the storyline and everything
Hmm.
was just awesome. I mean, it's one of his premiere movies,
Yeah.
and and the one Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh, this is
They said,
radio, and they played that clip
yeah,
on the radio
yeah,
earlier.
you know that will live forever for him
Oh
saying
yeah,
Good
it
Morning
will.
Vietnam. Uh, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, that was good too.
Oh, now there was somebody where I worked that told me or saying, wasn't they trying to make a Doubtfire 2? That they was going to try to do a second one after so many years. Uh, I'm not sure. Uh, he did have a TV series last year, We're Crazy or something like that. I can't remember the name. Or We're Gone Wild. It only lasted a year, and
Okay.
from what I understood, it was a funny show, but they canceled it.
Black Rose says hi.
Hi, Black Rose.
All right.
Uh, Also, you have what's the other movies? I can't remember every one of them. Uh,
And I was thinking of one too. I want to say it's what dreams may come.
yeah,
That
yeah. I
was,
also had Jumanji.
yeah, Jumanji too. He was in a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of his movies too. I have a lot of them.
The only one
He's
I got
actually
more. Go
one of my
ahead.
favorite actors.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting in 1997.
So let
The
me,
Fisher Games. The Birdcage. He was actually in Night of the Museum too,
he
as well.
was, he
I
was,
forget
yeah,
about that. He played
yeah,
the president that was on horseback, and that was
yeah,
pretty damn funny.
yep.
Uh, he also did the
RV.
voice.
He was in RV as well.
Yep, he was in RV. The World According to Garp. That was 1982. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna put the see the showcase
All right.
in there. I got
Okay.
the Wikipedia of Robin Williams, and it shows all the movies that he's been in. Uh,
Okay.
Now we usually do question and answer so y'all can or everybody can like talk amongst us, but for the second time in a row, I cannot get it to work. So we do apologize. If you want to comment uh, to us, just go to the YouTube and put it in the comment. I will try to bring it up uh, and everything. So or hit me up on Facebook, uh, DJ Wyldwest, or at the Wyldstyle Radio if you got it, or if you got me on Skype, wherever. So we'll try to get your questions answered, or if you want to make comments, we'll try our best to get it out there. So
So did anybody mention Death to Smoochie?
death to Smoochie.
Or was it... Gosh, what was it? I'm trying to remember the name. It was Death to something or other.
Had the smoochie.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
it was. I guess neither of you
Right.
saw that.
He was in that with what's his name? I keep forgetting the guy's name. He was in American History X. He played
David Arquette?
no.
No. Edward Norton.
That's it. Edward Norton.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
It's a good
Oh,
taste of that dark humor.
oh, speaking of that shit, It's around here now.
What was that?
That fucking K bullshit. It's around
Oh.
here now. It was in the
Oh.
paper yesterday.
No way.
Yeah. It's a build somewhere else at the construction site at the fucking hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. It was in the paper. So there might be fucking war up here eventually. A racial war.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And that's hospital that I deal with too for my medical stuff too. Oh wow. Evan Williams is from Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't either. I really didn't
Yeah.
know where it was from. You
1951,
know.
Chicago, Illinois.
Mm.
Oh, I'm trying to go through everything, and I've also got the YouTube site. So if anybody wants to comment
Okay.
about like all the listeners, since I can't get the question and answers up, uh, then you can comment questions or your thoughts on your favorite movie of Robin Williams or moment. We're also doing moments. Y'all remember any moments from the movies or anywhere else outside of movies? I mean, he's done stand up. I do need to go check out that as well.
Yes, actually I do. Now I think about it. Remember the part when they're in Patch Adams when he's building the hospital? He puts the legs up on the door.
I remember the movie, but bits and pieces. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it is when you trying to remember a movie
That was funny.
and you can only remember bits and pieces. And I do remember him in the hospital room with all these kids,
Mm-hmm.
trying to make them laugh.
And
But I
now is
can't.
the time for cow.
And my favorite moment, uh, this is, and I've remembered this from back when I was probably a teenager. Uh, when he was on the night show with Jay Leno, and he had him as a guest, and I can't remember which movie. I think it was about a movie that he done. And he was a guest, and this line has stuck with me forever. So if you ever hear me say this, it came from Robin Williams on the Tonight Show. And now I seen a little picture on Facebook with it actually said, but I can't be certain that he said it like that or said it like I usually say it. I think he said it like I said it, but I could be wrong. But the one I can't remember the real conversation that brought this up. But God gave men two heads and only gave us enough blood to run one at a time.
I've heard that before.
Yeah,
And
I
that
heard you say it.
that actually came from Robin Williams on Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and it has stuck with me. All these years. Uh, what I seen on Facebook in the picture is it said God gave men a penis and a brain and only gave us enough blood to run one at a time. But if I'm right, he said he gave us two heads.
Which makes more sense
Yeah,
comedically.
yeah, it makes
It
more
does.
sense. But either way, at the time it was funny as hell when he said it because it was typical Robin Williams because you just don't know what he's gonna say the next time he talks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it just came out of a spur of a moment, and uh, everybody in the audience and I know I was in the floor laughing like I can't believe he just said that.
He's he's unpredictable.
Yeah, and that's what makes a comedian like that. Even in a TV show or something like that, he just ad libs, and when you do that,
Yeah.
that's the best kind of comedian when you can just snap it out of your head
Yep.
or snap your fingers. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found
Damn.
out that, or rather, I read that something I thought was pretty impressive, that when he'd go overseas and see the troops, he'd do his show for them, but then, like, amidst, like, the after show craziness or whatever, he would go and visit all the guys who were on post or on guard duty or who were, on, like, food, whatever. I can't think of the phrase right now. But
yeah,
he would go and see them because they didn't get a chance to see him, and I thought that was pretty cool.
that's awesome when they do that. Because just because there's people there at the show, don't mean everybody gets to see it because there's people still got to do their job.
Right.
So it's awesome when you hear like Robin Williams and others do that. It's like, hey, these people didn't get to see the show, so
Mm.
I'm gonna go and see them, so they
Yeah.
know I'm not forgetting about them either.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And I heard on the radio that after the Mrs. Doubtfire party, like cast party ended, there's the after party, and everybody's mingling around or whatever, and the director, I think it was, or the screen right. Man, I can't think of anything tonight. But anyway, she saw him standing outside of wherever it was that they went for this after party alone, just staring at this fountain that was there. And so she came out and she said they just started talking like regular people, even though he's this great comedian and has all this fame and whatever. He was just apparently just standing outside thinking about his family and being a parent and stuff like that. And she said that her and her husband and Robin Williams just had this very normal conversation, and it just struck her that, he's still like very down to earth and things like that.
Well, a lot of people, when you see celebrities, actors, actresses, comedians, uh, and other, you know, whether it's sports or whatever it is, musicians, they're regular people just like us.
He's got a
Right.
page on Facebook too. Ivan Williams.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm on his website right now.
awesome.
IvanWilliams.com.
All right. Can you put that in the showcase, or can it just be me?
I can
I think
try.
you, because I opened up Showcase and it didn't look like there was a field for me to add anything.
No, I can't add nothing.
All right. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll put it in myself. I got.
Actually, I can drop it
Is
on
it a
the.
drag and drop type deal?
Uh,
I'll
I cop.
I'll go put it in the chat on Wyldstyle.
All right. I found it.
I got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's IvanWilliams.com. Pictures and video clips of them and shit like that on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just go to robinwilliams.com if you want to see pictures and all his um, stuff. Uh, as I said, CMT was showing a little bit of his life and death and stuff like that. And I don't think it's going to show in the showcase. Or it's going slow on my end. Uh, So we'll see if we can get that up.
Yeah, it's not appeared yet.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's all it's showing is a link that you can click on. Uh, but anyway, do y'all have any other favorite moments of or any that you can remember?
Other favorite moments. I guess also from Patch Adams. And he says, "Hey, does chicken have lips?" or something like that.
Oh, one of my other favorite moments is actually in Morning America, and I need to watch it again, but I remember uh, when they wanted to take him off air, I can't remember what he said, but it was like one of the coolest moments of the movie when he goes in to the captains or whoever hired him and just spoke his mind and basically left the guy speechless. You know, it's something I can't redo or re-say what he said. It was just that, like, wow, you just can't believe he just said that. But it was funny that he said it. You
Mhm.
know, uh, the worst part about it is I haven't had a chance to catch up on everything. So it's just that moment that you see him go in the office. Uh, when the guy and he goes in and basically embarrasses the hell out of the captain or sergeant or whoever was was over him. Because he wasn't really in the military. He was over there to do the radio, and a lot of them didn't like it because they wanted to be formal, very just talk news, and here he comes in going, "Good morning, Vietnam," and he spices it up, like Robin
Mhm.
Williams would, and that
Yeah, of
just
course.
makes all the stiff heads or whatever just mad.
I,
So
I just thought of something too. A quote I use daily is also from him too. IDGRA. I don't give a rat's ass.
Ah,
He said that, and I Mrs. Doubtfire.
did he? Wow.
yeah,
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
yeah, I'm sure that's where Stone Cold Steve Austin from WWE got it, but
Mm.
I wouldn't doubt it.
but he was an icon of comedy. I mean, you can't deny that,
Yeah, he
Definitely.
was.
and I just hate to hear that, how he went out. Uh, it did something that you wouldn't expect from him. Uh,
Definitely.
for someone to get that low, to think that was the only option he had.
I didn't see it coming.
Uh, now I heard I don't take my word on it, but I heard he did hang himself.
He did.
Yeah,
It,
he
it was
did.
a belt.
Yeah,
It was a belt.
yeah, he hung himself, and that wasn't a slow death.
Oh yeah.
And I think I also heard that he slit his wrist as well.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, I heard in one news report that he slit his wrist as
I
well
actually
as
heard
hung himself.
actually heard this from a Black Rose. In fact,
Huh.
she told me that it was a belt. And for
Mhm.
those of you that don't know who Black Rose is, that's my woman that I'm speaking of.
Mhm.
But it's sad because I have my opinion on people who, kill themselves.
So do I.
Uh, it's hard to respect someone that gives up.
I
But
agree 100%.
you know, I mean, we're not condoning people to kill themselves or anything else like that, but we are talking about the good times with Robin Williams. Uh,
Definitely.
and it's just hard to imagine someone that was so energetic, so funny. Uh, you just don't see the dark side of someone that you see the good side, but you never see the bad side. And a lot of these uh, stars and celebrities, they got problems too. Uh,
Right.
and some just it just happens, I guess. So
You know,
uh,
Yeah, he'd been battling with depression for a long time.
oh yeah,
he
and it,
has,
A
yeah.
long time, and I think you guys mentioned it earlier. He had just come out of rehab too. My question is like, the fact that he ended his life so soon out of rehab. What made them think he was ready to go?
yeah. Well,
Exactly.
well. See, here's the thing about people who are serious about killing themselves. They're not gonna tell nobody.
Yeah.
If they mentioning that they're gonna kill themselves, they're just wanting attention. They're not really planning on doing it. They just want attention.
Pretty much.
I
Yeah, but I mean, this place is built for that, to see the signs and all of that.
Oh yeah, but sometimes people. I mean, he's an actor. You gotta remember that he was an actor. He could act the way he wanted to act. He could tell them anything. They probably believed him.
Like in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. I mean, you have to see that side of an actor that
Yeah.
he could probably make anybody believe that he was fine.
They're probably trained to see through it though.
And you also have to realize how long has he been thinking about this? Because I seen the interview and I think I could be wrong. Don't take my word for it. I think it was Barbara Walters that had him on. He sounded kind of sad there. He was talking about depression and sadness there, and he was talking about the like it's just part of life and stuff, and trying to talk positive and stuff like that. From what I gathered from it, but you just never know. And as I said, he was an actor. He could have said, "Yeah, I'm fine," blah blah blah, and gone to his funny self, and people could have believed it. And then he get out of there, get alone. Well, you see what happens.
He was mentally unstable too. Somebody told me that he had something else besides depression.
Yeah, I mean, there was probably a lot of involved with it. Uh, Probably a lot of things that we probably uh couldn't uh understand ourselves. Uh, and also, uh, but I do got a comment from Bonnie Burdine. Mental illness takes away the choice. I think she's saying choices people have. The very thing that made him funny are the very things that killed him. And I really have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of times what you show is your funniness, and it's kind of like hiding the pain. Really, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I can see where Bonnie is right on that, where it does take away the choices that he thinks he had. I mean, he didn't think he had choices, but
They did an interview with two comedians. I forgot what channel it was. Actually, I think you and I were watching it together. I think where they were discussing how a lot of comedians usually pull from that really dark place and how a lot of them use humor to hide how they're really feeling.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a it's something to sometimes when someone has had a lifetime of entertaining somebody and entertaining people, uh, it becomes second nature to them to go out in public and try to make somebody laugh. It
Hmm.
and they get alone and it's a whole different world for them. And then they start talking to themselves, thinking to themselves, it's uh, I don't want to use this as an example, but it's kind of like what they've been calling people that can go out and do a job or get in front of somebody or a whole group and speak, but then when they get to themselves, they like being alone, and sometimes that's a bad thing
Yeah.
because they're on a high when they're on stage or in front of people making a laugh, and all of a sudden it's over. You know, you go through that like I mean he was getting older, he probably wasn't getting as many gigs and stuff like that, and he was going, what am I going to do now?
Another
So
movie he was in was Jack. That's another one he was in.
yeah, Jack and the Bean, when the Jack and the Beanstalk, or
No,
No, just Jack
Jack.
oh, yeah, Jack.
in '96. Aladdin.
Yeah, he was a genie in Aladdin.
Yeah, it was Genie. Yeah,
I think that role is the one that touched the most people.
I think so too.
Yeah, it probably did because it got a hold of the family basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I was actually shocked that you had mentioned Patch Adams because, like, every time they run, like, a little listing of all that he's done, they'll mention, Good Will Hunting, Dead Poet Society,
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
All the
But they
popular ones.
never, ever, ever mentioned Patch Adams, and I thought that was what I remember of it, or at least how I remember how I
Hmm.
felt, was just like, that was just such a multifaceted and multi-dimensional movie. I mean, you really got to see everything that man could do. He was, of course, doing his comedy, but he could definitely touch the depths of drama and all that and all of that. And I thought it
Exactly.
was a
Yeah,
brilliant movie.
Exactly.
Brilliant movie.
yeah. A lot of times a
That was one of
comedian,
his best movies.
yeah, sometimes a comedian wants to do something serious to show people that he can actually be serious. Uh,
Yeah, he did. I remember there was at one point, like at one stretch of time, one season, whatever, he was doing like dark movie after dark movie after dark movie. It was just like not even remotely light in the least bit.
yeah. In 1990, Robin Williams did The Awakening, and I've never seen it myself, but to hearing The Awakening, that kind of makes me think it's not a comedy.
Mm.
Uh, I'm not sure what it is because I've never seen it, but he also done The Birdcage. Uh, so he's done some kind of more of a
Yeah, that's right. Insomnia.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's done
I remember the commercials for that one.
Hmm. The other one that was good, that was like almost like a drama film, was Dreams May Come.
Yeah, that's definitely drama.
That was a real good movie too.
It was really heavy,
Hmm.
real heavy. For me, that's one like I gotta like prepare myself to watch.
And the
Can't just like
paintings,
dive into that one.
and the paintings was the life of his children that were
I thought it
killed.
was his wife.
He lost his wife and his kids
Oh, okay.
in a car
wow.
accident.
Right.
First it was his kids, and then his wife died of some kind of disease.
Right.
And it was just him. And then the paintings was their life.
Yep.
So he went into the paintings to be with them. Good movie and a good story.
Mm.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, yeah, he was born in Chicago, Illinois.
He wrote
Uh,
books too.
yeah, he done a lot of books. I mean, he was in about everything, and
Yeah,
you kind of forget that he was actually a stand-up comedian too.
exactly.
Mhm.
His mom was Lori McLaren. Uh, she passed away in 2001 on September 4th, and was a former model from Jackson, Mississippi, whose own great grandfather was a Mississippi senator and governor, and I can't even pronounce his first name, McLaurin. Uh, his father was Robert Fitzgerald Williams, was former family permanent in Evansville, Indiana. Was a senior executive of Ford Motor Company in charge of the Midwest region. So it looks like he came from a pretty wealthy family, talented people. So,
Pretty much.
Mm.
but anyway, wow, I can't even talk. Sorry about that.
I know how that is. I had that problem earlier.
So, excuse me for that, but it is kind of time to take a little break. We'll come back, talk a little bit more about Robin Williams and some other stuff. So, anyway, if you're enjoying the show, let us know. You can comment on the comments, or you can uh, email me at owner@wyldstyleradio.com or at wildwestwsr@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing, or if you got any suggestions of anything, any topics that you want us to uh, go by. I mean, we're the after party. We try to make it fun most time, uh, and all that good stuff. Uh, if you see the showcase, I just put in Cafe Press Wild Styles. Uh, yeah, need your need some apparel like men's, women's, stuff like that. Uh, you can go there. We got the one of the hottest uh, women's panties, I guess you could say, boy briefs for women. Spank me like you mean it. Yeah, so if you want to get your girlfriend a gift, or woman wants to surprise or tell your man, you better spank me like you mean it, or you ain't getting shit. Yeah, so check it out, everything, but we're going to take a break. We'll be back in probably less than 5 minutes. So we'll see you then.
Alrighty.
Alright.
if you want to be part of the Wyldstyle Radio after party, and you're not part of the Wyldstyle Radio staff, you can email me at wildwestwsr@gmail.com or owner at wildstyleradio.com and let us know beforehand. It does take a week so we can get everything straightened out. So if you want to be a part of the Wyldstyle and be a guest, just let us know and you can be a guest right here on the Wyldstyle After Party right here on Google Hangout. And yes, we are back. The fog is lifted. So anyway, we've been talking about uh, Robin Williams' uh, favorite movies and moments and stuff like that. If you got a favorite moment or movie, you can comment on the YouTube page or the Google Hangout, and we will do our best to uh, read your comment or comment on your comment right here. And before we get uh, back into that, there's been something going around on Facebook, Twitter, I'm sure Google Plus, and everywhere uh, called the Ice Water Bucket Challenge. Uh, if you haven't seen any of the videos of it, I think it's something to do with donating to some charity. I think some kind of cancer. I could be wrong, but I've seen Triple H from WWE do it. Vince McMahon, uh, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Uh, seen Oprah Winfrey, a video of her doing it. Uh, Dave Grohl and a lot of others. Uh, right before we started, I did see Ron White, Larry the Cable Guy, and a few others do it too. So, what do y'all think about that? Would y'all do something like that to get a point across
Oh,
or charity?
it's to raise money for ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. Actually, I was just talking about this with my assistant the other day. At first I was a little annoyed. It's like, it's all these people doing this ice bucket challenge. You either dump a bucket of ice water over your head or donate $100. And I was getting a little annoyed because I'm like, all these people are gonna raise awareness. It's not like we don't know. It's like just donate the money. But
Yeah,
then I went and looked it up, and apparently this challenge thing has raised like 2.9 million since July or so.
wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm just like, just donate the money.
yeah. Like if you got a choice, donate the money. That helps more than anything.
I'd do
Uh,
it. I ain't got $100.
Yeah,
but this is what I think that they should donate $100 and do the ice
yeah.
bucket challenge.
There you go. Or
Instead of like,
yeah, I read an article where somebody suggested, either if you oh man, what did he say? It's like something like either donate the $100 or a friend of yours dumps the ice water on your head is a goofy way of saying, like, oh, whatever, you should have donated or something like that.
yeah, it's like when I seen the Oprah Winfrey one. You know, she didn't do it; someone else did it for her. It's like she was sitting there talking. I didn't hear the what was being said, but she was sitting there like she was talking. All of a sudden, someone comes up behind her and pours it on her. I'm like, isn't that kind of cheap? No, aren't you supposed to do it yourself?
That's
You
something
know?
I'd do.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. One of my coworkers and my boss had somebody dump the water on their head. But people need to be careful of what they're doing. I've already seen at least 2 people die from this thing.
That's instant brain freeze right there.
Well, it was from hypothermia because they're not thinking. They stayed in the cold. Well, one person stayed in their cold, wet clothing and died from hypothermia. And then
Yeah, it could happen.
another person I just read, either he was inspired by his friends starting this thing or whatever. I don't know. Somehow he had just raised $100,000, jumped off of a building into water, and died. And I'm
When
like, what?
you get a frostbite or something on your nose
Well,
or
and
something.
I know when we was in Atlanta, me and Ice, I mentioned about uh, my dad and my granddad had someone that used to help them on the farm and stuff, and he drunk he killed a glass of ice water, and 5 minutes later he was dead. And I think that's probably what it is they was they was too hot or something like that, and just all of a sudden the shock of being going from warm to cold.
That's how it happens.
Mhm.
So so my suggestion, if anybody decides to do this, make sure that you're hydrated. Make sure that your body you haven't been out in the sun for 4 or 5 hours or been working out either in the gym or something like that, and got a sweat going. Make sure that you're at least kind of cool before you do it. You know, try to make sure that you do the right thing to do it instead of just doing it and then all of a sudden you're either dead or in the hospital.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, cause I seen The Rock do it. It's like it didn't even phase him. uh, Triple H did it. It's like, ooh, that's brisk. And Vince McMahon, he done it, and he left the bucket on his head and almost hit a wall. But
Boy.
What a fucking idiot.
and he challenged Donald Trump to do it. But
Donald
I
Trump.
don't see that happening.
well,
Unless it did happen. Did it happen? Do
I
you
don't know. I
actually?
haven't
Uh,
seen Donald Trump. I haven't seen a video of it. So, but
I haven't
anyway,
heard nothing about that.
yeah. Well, it's all over Facebook, Twitter, and stuff like that. I guess it started small, then it got to the big celebrities and stuff like that. Now they're doing it. Uh, but I'm sure with the big celebrities, they're probably doing the right thing to do it to
I
make
just
sure.
hunted Patch Adams, and the rest of the movie that it's based on a true story too. I forgot
I
about that.
yeah, I heard that.
Patch Adams is, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh, and I just going back to the Robin Williams. That's probably where we're going to go back to anyway. We were just talking about that ice bucket challenge, just because I thought it was kind of interesting. Everybody's just like one of the trends that's happening right now. Uh, but I just saw on Facebook where everybody needs to watch. It's a BBB alert: scammers using Robin Williams' death to clickbait internet users.
What?
Scammers are using a tragic story to take advantage of internet users in a trap called clickbaiting. So I'm not gonna get into that.
Damn.
It was on Fox 8 News. I don't know where that's at,
I had no
but
idea.
yeah, you gotta watch, like, they're sending out links and stuff like that to get people to go to the site or whatever. And
Yeah, just watch what you click on.
yeah, because I clicked on something about Robin Williams. Um,
Hmm.
that it's got like a Robin Williams says goodbye with his phone video before suicide, and if you click it, you gotta share it before you can watch it.
What?
yeah, that definitely come under the whole clickbait thing.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna click So
Sounds
that
like a virus, if
so
you ask me.
yeah,
Oh
just be
yeah.
yeah, just be very cautious of that. Everybody, don't get baited into that. So always a good thing to know beforehand. And I caught some while we was on break. So
Definitely.
uh,
I gotta watch that shit.
yeah, I mean, why would someone put that up there that he said goodbye on his phone before he committed suicide?
Because they're a sick motherfucker.
Uh, I mean, he could have done that for his family and stuff, but I just don't really want to know.
I don't later.
You know, it's it's bad
Then
enough.
why'd you click it?
I don't know.
I just don't understand why the hell would that be on the internet anyway.
Yeah, it shouldn't even been on the internet.
No, it shouldn't have. And these twisted fuckers are using that against these people that are good fans of the guy. That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
It's fucking twisted.
I mean, we
He
live in
mentioned
a
it also about think about this too though. Think about how his family must feel too about all that shit too.
I
yeah.
heard
I mean,
somewhere that supposedly that people are actually sending like really nasty, horrible text messages to his daughter.
What?
Yeah, I heard that on the news somewhere. I don't remember where.
That's ignorant.
It is.
wow.
It's
Her dad
like
just died.
yeah, and they're like attacking her.
Have some fucking respect.
Ridiculous. I think the family has handled the media very well
Yeah.
from what I've seen or read. They've done a really good job with the media and stuff. But I can't imagine people actually being that just completely. I don't know. I
Well,
can't
I've
even think
heard.
of a word for it.
Well, I've heard that the family wants to keep it all private because of the case. I've
Mm,
heard. They said this on like Friday on the radio on a big radio station out here.
mm,
They said this. I'm gonna keep as much of it discreet as possible.
yeah.
They're only want people to know what they want them to.
Mm.
The,
Actually,
the rest of it is private because it's for family only.
yeah. Speaking of, I think his wife recently just came out and said that he's suffering from the early stages of Parkinson's.
Mm, that's what it was.
Sometimes people do that once they get like they they figure they got either a fatal disease or something that's going to change their lives forever. Uh, they might commit suicide because they don't want to
Maybe
go through it. Like just go ahead and end it. You
maybe he
know,
was
uh,
suffering
yeah.
and just didn't tell nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Not even his family.
Because I know someone was like that. Uh, just before I was born, and my step grandmother, her first husband, killed himself because he found out he had cancer, and then of course they didn't have any kind of cures or anything. He said, I don't want to put my family through this, so he killed himself.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all. So
Nowadays they
yeah,
just refuse the what they got is fatal. There's no help for it. They just refuse the treatment
yeah,
nowadays. I know
Mm-hmm.
people that have done that. I know somebody that actually died of fucking bone cancer, as recently in fact, and they refused the treatment
Yeah.
because it was not working. It was just prolonging their life a little bit. That's all it was doing. So a waste of
yeah.
time
I
and
mean,
extra money.
Yeah, I know people that has cancer, and I know people that, one of my friends' aunts or something like that, she got cancer, but at first they didn't say, and I think they was trying to sue the doctor because they didn't catch it in time, saying, oh, she was all right, and all of a sudden she had it. Now it's terminal, meaning that she don't have much longer to live, you know. So she just said, I'm going to enjoy my life till I die. Thank y'all for being here,
I was just,
whatever. But
well, I was one
so
of the lucky ones, I must say. I got lucky because
How's
I had a dance with cancer myself.
really?
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad to see you
Yeah,
get through it.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I got lucky though.
yeah. So everybody out there, survivor right here. So make it
Mm,
happen.
Right.
Don't give up.
Exactly.
yeah.
He was had a good sport team though. I I had my family, my friends, and they got me through it real quick.
Yeah, a lot of times, when you got good people around you, and that helps a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
having a
does.
support team is huge.
Oh, definitely. And I had a huge one.
That's awesome.
I will say that though.
And the thing is, too, the only way you had a support team is because you told them what was going on. A lot of people, if something's going on with them, they don't tell anybody until
Exactly.
it's too late.
And that's the Duke Hospital for my tumor rupture too. I was in hospital for a week straight. For a week, I was in hospital.
Wow.
And that day, it damn near killed me. But it started bleeding fast enough, and it saved me.
Mm.
Because I was bleeding internally, uncontrollably.
Wow.
I bled for like a day and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
When I stood up in the hospital just to chill the blood. When I stood up, it was bad.
Yeah, I
But
can imagine.
I got lucky though. Another thing I can
Yeah.
say about that is that I, I believe in spirits and ghosts too. After that, because I do believe that my dad was there with me though. I do believe that he was there too.
Mm.
Yeah, like a angel by your side.
Mhm. Mhm. Exactly. But anyway, yeah, I was lucky.
Mm. Yeah, I just found out recently, this week actually, I think, or last week or something. One of my relatives recently passed away from some form of cancer, and like
Oh wow.
none of the doctors could figure it out because nobody gave him an MRI. And yeah, they've his own brother was like, "Why didn't you get an MRI? Who is a doctor?" And I'm like, "Well, gee, dude, if you're a doctor, why didn't you suggest an MRI in the first place?"
You should
Yeah.
have.
But
Yeah.
anyway, apparently he got the MRI too late, and then shortly after he got the MRI, he passed away.
Or an ultrasound, at least.
I think they had an ultrasound, and they didn't find anything. If
Because that's
I,
what they did on me.
mm.
Ultrasound. And MRI.
Oh wow,
And a full body CT scan, too. All of the above.
you had a
Yeah.
good
I mean,
set of
sometimes.
physicians then, because there
I
are
did,
doctors
yeah.
out there who just don't give a crap.
No.
Basically, I had a few of the best in the state.
Yeah, I went to a doctor. I used to have a doctor back when I think I was a teenager. And I played baseball. and I think it was my first year. Uh, I was going through knee problems. I had a point where we was having to run a mile. I was basically walking. I was trying to run, but I could not run for shit and stuff like that. And the coach said, "You need to go to the doctor." I went to the doctor, and he never told me what was wrong with me.
What?
What the fuck?
I'm like, cause my coach said, "What's wrong with you?" So we can help, you know, see if we need to put you in the whirlpool or something.
Mm.
And and I just had to say, I think it was water in the knees. That's all I could say. Cause they never told me what was wrong with me.
That's
And
ridiculous.
then I had another doctor. I think I had ear infection or something like that, and and I was hurting. Me out of work for a week. I was crying. It was that bad. And really, the doctor didn't do nothing but say, "Hey, you got an ear infection." Didn't give me no pain medicine or nothing to heal it with. I'm like,
No, and
Oh,
what?
wow. Dude, your parents are real nice. I would have backhanded that doctor so quick.
Yeah. And well, I've never
I
went back
agree.
to him since.
Oh, wait, you
And
said
and,
this was
and
while you were at work, right? So you're older. You should have backhanded him. No, I'm kidding.
no, this is like when I was younger.
Oh, younger. Okay.
But I was at work, so I was kind of like in the 20s or early 19, 20, 21. I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
you
remember.
hold off and
So
I
yeah.
almost did that with a bone doctor before.
Mm.
Yeah,
so yeah, you gotta watch what kind of doctors you go to. Uh,
exactly.
Yeah, I know. Like for the
they're-
majority of my childhood or whatever, I've been getting migraines since I was like 7. And like I went from doctor to therapist to neurologist to whatever. Nobody could figure out why I'm having migraines. I'm like, each and every one of you suck. I had one psychologist said, "Oh yeah, you're getting migraines because you've chosen to not be like everybody else. Dress like everybody else, and you'll be fine." I'm like, "You've got to be
What?
absolutely kidding me. Who's
yeah, it's
people are
like
paying you to say this crap?"
What a fucking
it,
quack doctor.
yeah, it's like where'd you get your license in the Cracker Jack box?
I mean,
Exactly.
and it's only because I walked in wearing like,
Or the
you know,
fucking
cookie cutter stuff from like Hot Topic and Torrid,
s-
whatever. She's like, basically, she took one look at me and she's like, "Oh, you're a goth, so of course you're depressed. Just dress like everybody else." I'm like, "Excuse you. There's a reason why I dress this way." Mainly in that time because like the big craze was Fallen Angel, and I'm like, "You're all morons. I can't. I see that stuff and it just like irritated the daylights out of me." And then Princess and all this other stuff, and I'm like, why am I going to put that crap on my body when it's just so senseless and ignorant and asinine? Why would I do that? So
you seen
I mean,
you
like, you
seen
want me to be one of those insipid little morons? Then okay, great. And I would like to see whoever it is that gave you your diploma
you seen
or
a
your
doctor
degree.
out of fucking a psychologist.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, I was sitting there in her waiting office. I remember this so clearly. I was sitting there waiting, reading their National Geographic magazine on Frida Kahlo.
Mhm.
And I'm like, those chicks over there who dress that way, who you're saying I should dress like, is reading 17 magazine and Tiger Beat, was it? Like, and also the junk. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna make myself feel completely void of any kind of intelligence just to feel better. I mean, that just sounds like I'm burying the problem, doesn't it?
It's a fucking valley girl, basically.
Mm-hmm. I was
Hey,
like,
like,
I was just like, no, shut up. I just
like
completely
whatever.
put her out. Seriously,
it
man.
would have been funny if you didn't. Like whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was giving her the death glare too hard just thinking about
Like
it.
a fucking prep.
Oh my gosh, I was so irritated with that. I was so upset, and then they're like, They're like, oh, well, I still don't know why you get migraines. I'm like, gee, maybe it's because I'm surrounded by morons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just talking about the kids.
Fucking retards.
Man.
uh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy because just based on that example and things that we've been talking about, if you're going through something and then you're not voicing what's going on with you either to the right people, whether it be the right medical personnel or to the right friends and family is going to help you out, you're going to trap yourself to the point where you will think the only way out is death. And yes, there
Yeah.
are those who have that chemical imbalance, but those who don't, you gotta talk. You gotta talk. Open your mouth and talk.
Yeah, and I will say this: I'm very bad about not saying what's wrong with me.
Yes, you are.
If I'm hurting or anything else like that,
Excuse me.
I
Yes.
basically gotta be on the ground saying someone needs to get me to the hospital.
Yes. I
You
know.
know, that's just the way I am. And
Doctor
my
now.
dad's worse. I'm gonna tell you, my dad is. I mean, not when it comes to a heart attack, but I've seen. We'll be at the farm trying to load a cow in to go sell or something like that, and he gets hurt and he's bleeding, and it don't even phase him.
It's a flesh wound.
Yeah, and
Just
and
nothing but a flesh wound.
I
Sorry,
I
buddy.
will tell you a little thing that one time, you know, he actually got cut pretty bad, and this is what happened. Now I wasn't there. Him and my brother-in-law uh was doing this. I was asleep because I was on nights, and he came home, wrapped his hand, and it needed stitches and stuff
Mm.
like that. He actually broke a finger and needed stitches.
Oh my gosh.
He wrapped his hand up long enough for him to take them cows to the market, come back, then he went to the hospital.
Wow. But your dad's from that era, man, where
Yeah,
people
he's from
were
that.
like, just put a little dirt on it, you'll be fine, keep moving.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They are tough.
They really are. I mean,
And my dad,
nowadays a girl breaks a nail and it's the end of the world.
my dad has a cousin that was in the hospital for I can't remember what he had. He had something that he wasn't supposed to do anything for a week or two, whatever. Uh, Next day he was out loading cows, and then one got him trapped
Oh,
and basically broke his leg or something like that.
Oh wow.
jeez.
So now he's got to explain to the doctors and the insurance, why he was doing it. So
So what happened
He
was,
fell off the stairs.
yeah, basically, I don't know what he said, but like, wow, he wasn't even supposed to be out there. He even had his wife out there helping him.
dang,
Come on, man, just
yeah, it's hardcore, man, for
yeah,
real.
they are hardcore. They don't stop until the job's done.
He had to lie to the doctor.
I don't
Yeah,
know what he said, so
yeah. To your point, I remembered my grandmother. She had I think a heart procedure of some sort done. I mean, and my grandmother's like your dad, but kind of backhanded with what she says. So my mother's on the phone with her, and she's like super nonchalant and casual. Oh, by the way, there's something wrong with my heart. I'm gonna go see the doctor. What?
Oh,
I mean, you're just gonna drop that bomb. You live in Florida. We're here in Jersey. Whatever. Anyway, so we sort things out and get down there, and we're by her side. My uncle's there, my mother and I are there. Whatever. She's just laying in the bed like tra la 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 la. Another day,
that's what
you
my
know.
brother too. Though.
And she goes in for the procedure. She comes out and. Doctor's like, she's got stitches here. She's gonna have to, be bedridden for a couple days or what have you, right? As soon as we get home, okay, so what do you guys want for dinner? I'm like, are you absolutely out of your mind? Get into bed. She wouldn't. She doesn't listen for nothing whatsoever, okay? And then she pulls me to the side one day, because she's doing something she's not supposed to do. And she's like, you have to help your mother out. You've got to do this and the third. And I'm like, Grandma, every time I try to help my mother, she's like, no, 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 I'll take care of it. It's a big argument. I don't even bother anymore, okay? And she's like yanking on my arm. She's like, you've got to make her listen to her. I'm like, Grandma, my mother listens to me like you listen to us, which means you don't, okay? So continue to hobble around with your injury, with your stitches, because you don't listen. My mother will continue doing what she does because she doesn't listen, and I'm just gonna sit here and watch you both.
Yeah, my dad, I think, back in 1993, I was either senior or junior in high school, and he had his first heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like 53 years old, something like that, and he just got out of the hospital and stuff. He wasn't supposed to do nothing back then, like a month or two, you know. But a
Right.
week later, he's trying to go because he used to have a furniture shop, stuff like that. So he'd go to the furniture shop. Oh, I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing heavy. Uh-huh. We know you very well. You're gonna be doing something crazy that you're not supposed to be doing, and that balloon's gonna pop, and then we're gonna bring you back to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Didn't stop him though, did it?
No, I didn't stop him.
I didn't think it would.
Yeah,
I swear,
stubborn.
I think our parents and grandparents are like, ah, y'all are pansies.
That sounds like my
Yeah,
grandmother's heart attack.
yeah. I mean, I think that's probably what
Yeah.
they think we are, because we're kind of spoiled. Because back then, and you can imagine 100, 200 years ago, something wrong with you, there's something wrong with you.
Just to clarify for our listeners, none of our parents or grandparents are actually 100 to 200 years old. Just thought we'd clear that up.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
exactly.
I'm just saying before our parents, before our grandparents, when medicine wasn't here that well.
Right.
You had to bite the bullet if you had a amputation. There's nothing to stop the pain or anything.
Mm-mm.
You had to be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Back then,
Yeah.
cough medicine was whiskey.
Mhm.
I'm serious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
My
mean,
grandparents used it
if
for
you think,
some other diseases and shit. Basically, they use it for cough medicine.
it still works too.
It does. That's what I use. They use it for some other thing, Napoleon or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that
Mhm.
whiskey does. I mean,
Hmm.
it's good for something. And
It's good for
I
toothaches
remember
too.
when I was little, when I was 8 or 9 years old, I had a cough that no medicine could stop. My dad gave me a shot of Jack Daniels, and it stopped for about 2 days.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, and they put sugar in it to make it taste a little better.
Yeah, make it taste better.
Yeah.
It works though.
Oh, and my aunt does that. She like a vodka, like a half a shot or whatever. When she can't get rid of a cough. I mean, sometimes it works.
Some people, that's how it works on them. Some people,
Mm.
Yeah.
like me for example, that's too much all it works me is fucking whiskey. That's it. Brings all the crap in your throat too.
I mean, basically, if you think about it, with Robitussin, it's got alcohol in it.
It does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they just make it in a different form, so they
There's really
won't,
no difference
Mm-hmm.
because what works is alcohol. That's what works.
Yeah.
And there's tons of it in whiskey, so it's gonna work better.
Yeah.
I think that's a given.
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't.
shit, it's like 80 proof.
Yeah. Just a simple thing of Jack Daniels or Jim Beam or whatever,
Exactly.
I mean, you don't need nothing. You don't need wild turkey.
Or
Yeah.
Everclear.
Yeah. One shot of that, you'll be screwed for days. Especially,
Everclear will fucking start up a car.
What?
Yeah. It'll start a car.
Yep, Everclear. Everclear is legal moonshine.
When I was a kid, we used to have this van on vapor lock all the time. And they put Everclear in the carburetor and it'll fire right up.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What does it
Both
do to
like
your insides then?
it cleans it really good.
Ugh.
It cleans it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
we don't do alcohol here. We go through other homeopathy
it's like 100
measure.
proof, I think. I get 101 proof, I think. Everclear.
What?
Yeah, it's like
No,
That
Everclear.
sounds like it's not just gonna clean your inside. It's gonna
Everclear is
clean you
about
out.
190 proof.
is that what
Cause
that is?
yeah,
I know
cause
it's over 100 proof.
Wild Turkey is 101 proof.
That's right.
Oh,
So Everclear is like the next step up. And
Mm-hmm.
it's
It'll start a
basic.
car.
It is basically legalized moonshine.
It is.
I
That's
remember I
that's
went
what
to
it is.
sing in Lancaster called Poe Evermore. They were debuting all these, not debuting, but they were showcasing a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Edgar Allan Poe's poems and stories and whatnot. And as a treat to the patrons, or for the patrons, whatever, they were doing hot toddies and all of that stuff. And I think they were using wild turkey for one thing. And oh my gosh, the smell was god awful. It was the worst thing I'd ever smelled up
That's
to
like
that
Yeah.
point. Like,
oh
so you mentioned wild turkey, and I just shudder from the
well
horrible, horrible.
Yeah, and a lot of people like wild turkey, but
that's like
really
straight
it's.
alcohol.
I mean, basically, wild turkey I will not touch.
Me either.
Uh, Jim Beam is about and Jack Daniels is about the toughest I do.
Same here. Well said. That's like oh
Yeah, my
and
toughest is apple juice.
Jack Daniels when I drink. That's like all I drink is Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack is.
Either Jack or Heather Morgan.
Yeah, Jack is my second favorite Crown Roll, but
Yep.
Jim Beam is the smoothest, and it's got. I like 7 Year better than anything because it's smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think one time when I was at the Nashville airport before they changed, uh, before they rebuilt it, uh, they had their own little bar instead of the Tootsie's
Yeah.
Orchid Lounge. I asked for Jim Beam and Coke, and they got Jim Beam Gold. Now you talk about smooth. I didn't
Right.
even know I was drinking whiskey. I thought it was just Coke.
Yeah.
That's how smooth it was.
I've heard that shit's very smooth. I ain't had it before, but that's what I've heard.
But yeah. But anyway,
Yeah,
I guess.
I go for Martinelli's sparkling apple cider. If you want to ride, woo, that's what it is.
It's not fucking a dick cider, at least.
What?
I just thought of a skit from me and Bob and Tom called a dick cider.
Oh, boy. No comment.
All right, I think we're going to take a little break.
Yeah, I think that's a good segue.
And
Okay.
see if we can change the mood, change the topic. Actually, this last one might be. This is probably gonna be the last one, last segment. So it'll probably be the last drink with Wild. So we'll get our final thoughts and our final say in. Oh, we got the Wyldstyle radio merchandise. We got shot glasses and T-shirts and everything else like that. Get your wild with your music gear. Gotta love it. The shot glass. You know, speaking of whiskey, stuff like that. You want to make your whiskey with a shot with Wyldstyle. Shoot it Wyldstyle right here at wyldstyleradio.com. Uh, so hell yeah, get your shot on with your drinkware, shirts and everything. Love the support and everything for Wyldstyle Radio. Uh, I know I'm not saying exactly what I want to say. You know, sometimes
No.
that sucked.
All right, guys, here it is. Bottom line, you want to drink real cool, real smooth, like wild? Go over to Cafe Press, type in Wyldstyle Radio. That's wild with a Y, and you'll come up with some great, awesome, killer glassware. All right, that's what he was trying
Yep.
to say. His
Well, it's in the
drunk behind
showcase.
can't get through anything right now. So just listen to the sober one. Listen to the sober
Yeah,
one, and
listen
you
to the
might
sober one over
actually
here.
get what you need. You know,
But right
just
now, you can click in the showcase if you can see it. Just click, and it'll go straight to the there. So
But if you can't see the showcase, go ahead and over to cafepress.com, type in Wyldstyle Radio, and you'll see our stuff.
or you can go to the site,
Or our site.
wildstyleradio.com, and you can
Yes.
click there and go from there. So anyway, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
After these messages,
Mhm.
we'll be right back.
Ding. For everybody that knows, we're from WyldstyleRadio.com, and yes, that is with a Y in the wild. Uh, you can listen to our station on TuneIn Radio and Streamer.com and uh, StreamFinder.com or anywhere else. Uh, you got us on mobile anywhere, so there's no excuse not to listen to WyldstyleRadio.com. And with all our favorite DJs, like DJ Black, which is with us, he should be on tomorrow,
Yep,
3 p.m.
I'm planning on it.
So he's planning on it. Don't forget, if you like heavy metal, he's the man you go see. So,
Yep.
Anyway, this is the last drink with Wild, and I've been thinking about last weekend. Me and DJ Ice was in Atlanta, and Atlanta traffic is just about as bad as New York City traffic. Just crazy. 6 lanes, and my dad, if you get lost, it might before you find your way back to where you need to be, or probably even longer. So, good thing I had GPS, even though sometimes you just won't want to take GPS and throw it out the window. As many times you take wrong turns and cussing it out. Uh, and sometimes, it says the craziest things like merge. What if I don't want to merge into the traffic? What if I want the traffic to merge in with me?
I could left turn here.
Yeah, left turn here. What if I want to turn right?
Make a U-turn if possible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
that's what happened to
U-turn
me.
is legal though.
Yeah, he's like, you trying to give me a ticket?
Exactly.
I know, they'll start off real nice. Make a U-turn if possible. And next thing you know, make a U-turn now. It's like, Dad!
Exactly.
I can't. I'm in the wrong friggin' lane.
If I make a turn of any kind, it'll be into a brick wall.
Get
Yeah.
a fucking ticket.
Crazy.
But I had to say, if it weren't for GPS, I'd probably still be trying to find my hotel room.
Aw.
He did it.
Well, I'm glad that the GPS decided to give you the right directions then.
Well, at
That'd be a
first,
little awkward. Like, hey, I'm still in Atlanta. Really, dude? I'm like, home now.
yeah, that would have sucked.
Like,
Damn you, GPS! Damn you!
I think you might have lost your reservation by now.
He could
Yeah.
have said goodnight you.
Yeah. I'd have probably said, well, I guess it's time to go home. I'd have ran out of gas, ran out of money,
Oh no.
fired from my job.
You can blame GPS for that.
Yeah. Damn GPS. You
Actually,
bastard.
what was it? Maybe
You motherfucker.
was it 2-3 years ago? My friend Chris and I made a crazy drive out to Kentucky, and his suggestion. Well, first we got into the car and put in the address into GPS, and he's like, "Do you have a name for your GPS?" I'm like, "No, I don't name my items. It's GPS, okay?" Anyway, he's like, "No, you've got to give it a name, because when it does something good, you can be like, way to go. And then if it does something bad, you can be like, darn it." And I'm
You
like,
motherfucker.
okay. So he's like, so just pick a name. I was like, okay, fine, Sarah. He's like, all right. So every time she does something wrong, be like, dang it, Sarah. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever, dude. So anyway, we're driving, right? And we couldn't even get out of Jersey because the GPS was so whacked out. Get off in a town that's like an hour away. So of course, what happened? We both were like, dang it, Sarah. And it worked. Made me feel a little better. Feel a little better.
It's
Yeah, I
on
would
Luge or something.
I would hate to name mine. Mine would be called Dumbass.
Well, I don't
Or
know.
shithead.
Wouldn't it be a bit of an oxymoron then if you wanted to praise it?
Yeah, I know. Where'd he go, dumbass?
Yeah, that's a little self-defeating.
Or yeah, or you smart ass.
You dumbass or shithead.
Oh man.
You fucking shithead.
No, that's
Yeah.
when you're just like in a valley at that point. It's like, all right, well, way to go, good job there. No,
Yeah.
man, I'll never forget that drive. I was delirious about 5 o'clock in the morning, driving through West Virginia mountains. Crazy thing to do. Like, if you okay, so I was up for about definitely over 24 hours at this point. Making a 12-hour drive because Chris didn't have his license, and there was no way I was going to let him get behind the wheel because, God forbid, something happened. It's a black dude, out-of-state license plate, and no license. I'm like, dude, you are just like a sitting
saying,
duck. You're just
"Hi, pull me
asking for a
over."
cop to pull us over.
It's saying, hi, pull me over. I have a license.
Exactly. I mean, it
that reminds
didn't
that
help that
reminds
you've
me
got
of
this Latina driving the car, but you're just gonna put a black dude in a black Jeep, with a big old fro, out of place license. That's just like, hey, trooper, I need a ticket today.
yeah, it reminds me of Men in Black 2. Will Smith.
Here comes standard.
Yeah, it's like, wow, he has his, it's telling me, yeah, he came with a black dude at first, but he kept on getting pulled over.
Here comes standard.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
so, so yeah. Oh, but it is the last drink was wild, and we've been talking about Robin Williams, favorite movies and moments. Anybody got anything to add to that right now?
You ain't never got a friend like me.
Trying,
Oh
trying to do Kid Rock?
no, that was Genie from Aladdin.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
ain't never.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
Oh,
Oh
I heard that wrong.
we only just said Robin Williams, guys.
Kid Rock goes, you ever hit a motherfucker like me?
Now, see, that's not quite where I was going.
That was Kid Rock.
Yes,
Yeah, I kind of was on the wrong track there.
a little
Don't
bit.
mind the drunk one.
No, you're just listening to that stupid GPS again.
Put down
Yeah.
the bottle, bro.
Dumbass.
Yeah, Jim Beam don't need to be driving tonight.
No.
Put down the bottle.
Well, actually, I'm on Jack Daniel's Black Jack Cola.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
having a party for one.
Yeah, I finished my Jim Beam before we got off air.
Oh, I know. I heard the glug 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 glug.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm enjoying my time to have the house to myself.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my family for the most part, sort of, on good days. But any moment you can get the house to yourself, dude, it's just
It
priceless.
is
Yeah.
a good night. Here's a night for once.
Yeah, I get a whole night that I can actually put my alcohol in the refrigerator. Uh,
You just need to just get yourself a little fridge. Be
I
done.
plan on it.
Oh,
I got one.
speaking of, I was in the store the other day,
I got one.
and they had this killer retro fridge, and it was blue. I almost died right there. It's like, oh, it's so pretty.
I got a
Retro
black one.
and blue. But black is probably pretty wicked looking too.
It's black and stainless steel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
Had it
nice.
for like had it for 5 years, and it's still going strong.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gotta love that
Menard,
feel.
Menard special.
What was that?
It was a Menard special.
Okay.
It was $150. It's a store out here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a home improvement store, almost like Handy Andy or a Home Depot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're thinking like, think of bigger chains, dude.
Yeah, I think
It's a
first
place like
thought was
that.
there like five finger discount. You stole it, didn't you? And we was trying not to say anything.
I
Bullshit.
know. It's legit, according to our friend here. It's legit. And if anybody asks us, that's the story. That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Exactly.
It's gonna be either that or Black who? What? I don't. Who? I don't. What?
Who
No,
the
I don't. Who?
who the fuck is she?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this person in my life.
I am Dean Nunya. Who the fuck is black?
Oh wow.
I love it how Black and I are like giggling and Wild Man, you just come in with like that delayed. I
I'm kind of
don't
like
know why. It just
out of it over here, you know.
I'm in the mood tonight.
Yeah. Uh,
This has been interesting.
yeah, man.
Um,
Go
I
ahead.
messaged you pretty good tonight for once.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, it's been pretty good. Talk about Robin Williams, uh, the ice bucket thing
Mm.
going on, uh, other things too. It's been kind of weird, but kind of good. You know,
I
it's
think
like,
it's been somewhat therapeutic.
yeah, it's like, wow, I didn't know this.
You say so.
Oh, hey, random-ish sort of thought. You know, men out there, you're never too young to go and get your prostate checked. And I say this only because when you were talking about cancer, my father passed away from prostate cancer, and he was much younger than when you are required to go and get that checked. So, as your friendly, uncomfortable reminder type person,
Yeah, remind me that I
get
gotta
that
have
thing
some
checked.
guy's finger stuck up my ass.
Yeah, it's either that or, cancer.
I get it. I get 6 months. My cancer bullshit.
Like,
That's
seriously,
for my checkup.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
no, it's never fun.
On my
But,
luck, I'll have this big 7 foot guy with. Oh gosh, shut up.
you never know. It could be a really hot chick, unless that makes it even more uncomfortable.
That'd be
You know,
different then.
I could, like, okay, yeah.
Choose your battles, babe. Choose them.
Oh, I'll choose them, all right. But then again, oh, I'll shut up.
Yeah, let's not. We'll just stop right there.
I am not here.
We'll just pull the chain right there, stop that train, tell the conductor it's time to go.
Yep.
I cannot
Stop.
hear shit.
I'll stop that train because I want to get off. Oh, brother.
Hey, speaking of brother, whatever happened at the end of that tribute to Hulk Hogan thing? I don't remember. Did we finish watching it?
Oh, apparently we finished watching it live on the USA channel. Oh,
All
right.
I
Yeah,
remember is Hulk Hogan and then Poirot. I really don't remember what happened in between.
I missed that.
yeah. It was pretty cool. I mean, like Roddy Piper came out. You actually got to hear Hulk Hogan go retro. I mean, lately, of course, he's been going. Let me tell you something, brother. You know,
Yeah.
but the original thing was, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Yeah,
Mean Gene was actually out there, and he actually got to say it, and now that threw me back in time. I thought I was a kid again,
yeah.
you know. Uh, and then they start bringing Roddy Piper out. Mr. Wonderful showed up
Yeah.
in his ring attire, had that mustache going on.
Yeah.
Uh,
And what's his face? Oh shoot, the guy who goes woo all the time.
Ric
yeah, Ric
Flair.
Flair came
Ric
out,
Flair. There you go.
and that's something I didn't understand. He didn't say nothing. He just came out there.
No, he
'Cause-
was saying woo, but the whole crowd was saying woo at the same time.
yeah,
So it really
yeah,
hurt.
but by the time he got out there, then the NWO, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall came out there, and that was pretty cool.
Mm.
Uh, Scott Hall throwing a toothpick at the camera, and then he gets on the mic and says, "Hey yo, the classic," you know.
Mm.
And then Kevin Nash and all that. And before Kevin Nash done his part, Scott Hall done the like who likes him in the retro red and yellow and stuff like that. Everybody kind of cheered like that, and then they done the survey. But who liked him in the black and white NWO? And everybody just erupted. And here comes the T-shirt getting ripped off, and there's the NWO shirt. Then Kevin Nash gets on, starts singing "Happy Birthday" to him.
Kevin Nash.
Yeah,
Mm.
he said, "I've done a lot in the ring, but I've never done this." And he starts singing "Happy Day" to Hulk Hogan. Everybody starts,
He's the former Diesel.
yeah, yeah. He was Diesel.
Yeah.
Scott Hall was actually Razor Ramon,
Hmm.
which went in the Hall of Fame this past year as Razor Ramon. And I'm sure soon they're going to be going in as the NWO.
Yep.
Uh, and then as soon as he said "Happy Birthday" to Hulk Hogan, and I'll say like Paul Heyman says, Brock Lesnar decides to come out there and crash the party.
Yep.
And this is what I noticed, and my buddy at work noticed this too. He got in Roddy Piper's face. I mean, he basically bumped her shoulders and done that to Ric Flair and Scott Hall. But when he got to Kevin Nash, he stayed away from him.
My dad actually met that guy before.
Yeah, did you?
Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage.
Cool.
He met them. His stepdad used to be a security guard for the arena in Chicago.
Awesome.
So he actually met them.
Yeah, Kevin Nash, Diesel was actually a bodyguard before he was a wrestler.
Hmm.
And he became the bodyguard of Shawn Michaels, and then also became a wrestler.
I forgot about that motherfucker. I
Yeah,
forgot about him.
yeah. But anyway, once Brock Lesnar came out, here comes John Cena. And see, I didn't know this, but they was going to finish it up on the WWE Network. I didn't know this because we didn't hear that. And friend at work said, "Did you see what the end of that was?" And I said, "No, I didn't know it was supposed to be on." So,
Mhm.
uh, anyway, that's basically what happened. That was an awesome thing. Now, here's the other awesome thing that might happen tomorrow night at SummerSlam, if no one knows. But Sting might make his first ever appearance in WWE ring.
Oh wow, Sting.
Yeah.
That dude is still around.
Uh, yeah. Well, you gotta look at it like this. He's had the most popularity, and he's the only wrestler that's got as much popularity as he has and has never been to WWE. Everybody else had to at least step in the WWE ring at least for a year to get recognition, and he never had to.
Nope.
Uh, and there's always these rumors that, you know, he didn't like Vince McMahon, he didn't like WWE on how they was going, and that's why he never wanted to be there. But now he says it's not true. He's just, the path has never crossed to where he would be there. Now he's been doing a lot of things in the background for WWE lately. The new game coming out for WWE. He's a special character, and he's been doing a lot of promoting and commercials for that for WWE. And now he is going to actually probably be in the ring. I don't know if he's going to ever wrestle in the ring, but he's actually going to make an appearance. Uh, Now, if you've been following WrestleMania 30 when The Undertaker finally got beat, unfortunately, by Brock Lesnar,
I'm surprised that cat's still around.
Whatever became of Kane? Anyway,
he's he's still around. You know, yeah. Uh, he's been Kane for a while. He's corporate Kane right now, and
yeah,
he mask is off. The mask was off for a while. Then he put the mask back on, got in the ring, and I guess he got tired of getting his ass whipped. So he's gone back to corporate Kane.
and Undertaker too.
Yeah, well, he shows up. No, he was showing up just for WrestleMania. Lately, of course, he's 49 years old, but a lot of people is upset because he got beat by Brock Lesnar. He shouldn't have even been wrestling Brock Lesnar. Uh, Sting is upset because that would have been the perfect match for him to lose against Sting at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because they're the same age. They was when NWO came and Sting changed up to the new Sting, kind of like the Crow.
Yeah,
Kind of came like the Undertaker
that was
version
cool.
of yeah, the Undertaker version of WCW. And
His ball bat.
yeah,
I should
anyway,
know the fucking baseball bat too. Every time.
yeah. But anyway, since we're on the wrestling thing, who's y'all's favorite wrestler of all time?
If I gotta choose, I gotta say Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Andre.
Yeah, he's the one that brought wrestling to a certain point. Then Hogan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Uh,
He started it though.
yeah. I mean, he what brought the spectators
He
like
was almost 8 feet tall.
yeah, he was a eighth wonder of the world
Yep.
basically. So you can't deny what he did. Now, unfortunately, he had the giant disease where
Yeah.
his bones outgrew his flesh.
Yep.
And I don't know if anybody knows this, but the Big Show, the Giant, when he was at WCW, he had the same disease.
Yeah.
But they finally figured out how to, you know, slow it down. It was like a thyroid thing. They had to take something out of his thyroid. But
Yeah.
like
Wow.
when he was like 12 or 13, he was a normal size kid. But then all of a sudden, he just started growing.
Yeah.
But they figured out how to basically control it, and he stopped it. Like, and when they call his name, like at one time he was 7'4", then he was 7'2", whatever,
Mhm.
But he's pretty big.
Mhm. He's a big dude.
Yeah, and I watched the thing about him, behind the ring, and he said at one time, like when he was younger, he'd go to McDonald's and order about 6 Big Macs, 6 order supersized fries, 3 or 4 drinks to you know fill his fill him up.
And wasn't Andre his father or something?
No,
No,
he was not kin to Andre the Giant.
that was a rumor.
When he first came into wrestling, uh, he came out at Ed Hogan through Andre the Giant, or supposedly his his tights at him. They was playing like he was Andre the Giant's son, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
Um,
that was rumor for years.
oh yeah, it was a rumor for a long time until they they finally asked him and said, no, he's not.
Yeah.
He just had the same disease
Yeah.
that Andre the Giant had. Oh, so Andre the Giant's both y'all's favorite.
I gotta say, him and
Him and
um
Hogan for me.
and Kane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because Kane, you know, see, it's always been rumored too that the Kane now it wasn't the original Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's kind of crazy how, and you get to kind of tell in a way that they're a little different, but at the
Yeah.
same time you just don't know because back then he wore a mask and you didn't really
Yeah.
couldn't tell.
And
Um,
also that Undertaker is his brother too.
yeah, you just don't know if that was actually his brother or they just acting.
Yeah.
Oh, because this brought up another thing. I thought about this. I saw something about uh, Stone Cold Steve Austin has been kind of having a rival thing outside, saying which one has had the biggest legacy.
Mm.
And I was a Hogan fan when I was a kid. Of course, I like Stone Cold and The Rock as well. All three of them are my three favorite. I couldn't choose between all three, so it's a tie for first place between Hogan,
Yeah.
Stone Cold, and The Rock. Uh, and if you got to see WrestleMania 30, you actually at the very beginning got to see all three of them in the ring at the same time, and that was the coolest thing that of WrestleMania. I mean, when I seen that the very first, I didn't care if I didn't see the rest of it. That made the night, and it was the very first. Uh, and that wasn't the first time they've been in the ring together, all three, because you gotta remember when they brought the NWO into WWE that Hall and Nash and Hogan fought in a tag team against the Rock Stone Cold. Uh, you kind of forget about that until you see the video, but
You know, what people ever hear about anymore is the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner.
yeah, they kind of. I think once they broke them up when Scott Steiner went to the NWO, they really didn't get back together.
Yeah.
So they kind of faded out.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Steiner brothers.
yeah, because a lot of them go down with the injury and they don't really say anything about it. You
Yeah.
know, like one will get an injury, he fades out, and you just don't hear about him anymore.
Yep.
Uh, but I was thinking about mentioning about the Stone Cold and Hogan's little bickering between each other. Of course, Hogan has 30 years plus of, and he brought wrestling to the new level. The mainstream and stuff like that brought it to where wrestling's never been before. And then Stone Cold did the same thing, except he was in wrestling business for like 15 years. The first 7 was WCW, and a lot of people don't realize that he actually was in WCW and had blonde hair. He's a natural blonde, but
Yeah.
after he went to uh, to WWE, he shaved his head off. He was the ringmaster with Ted DiBiase being his manager, and then it wasn't working out. And Vince McMahon wanted him to bring a name or something like that for his new character. And if you've never heard this, how Stone Cold got his name is he was sitting with his first ex-wife or whatever, uh, sitting down there having breakfast, something like that. He's trying to think of a name, blah blah blah. him and his wife was conversing about it, and then he was supposed to have hot tea in front of him to drink, and his wife said, "You need to drink that before it gets stone cold." And
Wow.
that's where how he got Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mhm.
Mm.
I mean, it's weird how you're sitting there, and your wife says, "Drink it before you get stone cold," and he said, "Wow." He called Vince McMahon right there and said, "I got it, Stone Cold Steve Austin."
Yeah.
And he was supposed to have been the baddest of bad villains of all time.
He's a
He was,
smart ass too.
yeah, he was not supposed to have been a good guy, or he wasn't supposed to be liked at all. You were supposed to hate him.
He was a smart ass like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but they ran with it, and that's what threw Bret Hart up. Because when he first came in Stone Cold Steve Austin, when he got to that point, he was supposed to be the bad guy. Bret Hart was supposed to be the good guy. And that threw everything off because everybody was cheering on Stone Cold. And that's how he got so popular, because he was supposed to be the ultimate bad guy, meaning that he was supposed to be the worst heel ever in WWE and wound up being the most popular wrestler ever. And
Mm.
and unfortunately, when he wrestled Owen Hart and he got dropped on his head by accident in the power driver, that helped cut his career a little short.
Yeah.
But my favorite era of wrestling is the Attitude Era with The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Because they was funny. They had, like, snap of the fingers. They could do it all. And you can see where The Rock...
And and how and how they picked on Chris Jericho all the time.
Yeah. And if you think about it,
That shit was funny.
Chris Jericho was the only person that when he got the first undisputed champion, he had to fight The Rock and Stone Cold and beat both of them for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can this happen? But it happened. But yeah, back then wrestling was awesome.
Uh-huh.
Now I can miss it without worrying about it.
I don't watch it anymore either.
I mean, I watch it, but if I miss it, it don't bother me.
I'm
Back
not
then,
into wrestling anymore.
yeah, back then when Rock and Stone Cold and stuff like that, the NWO or WCW, I wouldn't miss a beat.
I haven't watched it in about maybe 15 years.
Yeah, that's about right with the Attitude Era
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still decent, but it's not as good. I hate to say it. You know, it's just not all there.
I know people that are still obsessed with it.
Yeah, I'm not all the way obsessed with it like I used to be, but I still watch it. But
That's
it's
like all
not
they
the
talk
same.
about.
Yeah, it's just not the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
They have their moments when it's good, but they also have their moments like, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow. What the
But I
fuck
do,
just happened?
but I had to say this. I do like what they do for the kids. I like what they, with John Cena doing for the military and the kids. You know, they do a lot of great stuff. To help, cancer and the military and Make a Wish Foundation with John Cena and all them. They do a lot for the kids. So they do a great job with that. You know, they don't turn a blind eye to anybody. The one thing that I've always heard about John Cena, he could be talking to a normal person like that, and here comes a kid saying, "Hey, John Cena." He said, "Excuse me." He goes straight to that kid and just makes him as happy as he can make him happy. So they do their job when it comes to make sure that they support the right things. So I have to say that they do a good job with that. Now I know it's not as good as it used to be when I mean when the Attitude Era and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
I have to say they do a good job when it comes to supporting all these foundations and make sure that the military gets their supporting them and everything else. So,
Yeah, definitely.
but anyway, it's just about time to end this, I guess.
Yeah, 'cause I'm getting tired.
Yeah, it's time to get her
It,
done for this evening.
yeah,
Mm.
it's 1:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, it's almost 1:30 myself. So, um, I know ice is like 2:30. So,
Yeah.
Mm.
anyway, let's end this. Whoever wants to go first, say their goodbyes till
All
next
right.
time.
This is EJ Black here, and I'll be on air tomorrow from 3 to 7 p.m. and every Sunday night. Yeah, evening. Wow, I'm tired. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have a good night, all.
All right,
All
thank
right.
you.
All right. This is Ice, aka Anna. I'm never on there. I don't know when I'll be on there. But if you enjoy my little antics, you can always catch me here on the Wyldstyle Google Hangout. All right. Have a good night and enjoy your week, peoples.
Well, this is the Wild Man himself, Wild West, and we are WildStyleRadio.com. We want to thank everybody for listening and watching everything. I hope you've enjoyed. Uh, we want to say prayers and thoughts to all the family and friends of Robin Williams and say thank you for all the great times, great movies, and all the wonderful moments that you gave us. Uh, it's unfortunate that what it is what it is. Uh, I just wanted to take a shout out that, for anybody out there that is having problems, depression, seek family and help. Don't be afraid. There's someone out there that does care whether you know it or not. Uh, but thanks for listening. I hope we put a smile on somebody's face or you learn something, everything else like that.
Or both.
Yeah, or both.
Yeah, or
All the
both.
above.
Everything.
Yeah, because if you need a laugh, if you need to hang out, be entertained, we do our best. Or need to learn something, we try. Just
Make no guarantees.
no guarantees, but well, at least
Yeah,
I'll tell you, or try
no
to.
guarantees.
Yeah, I can be funny, I can be serious. That's the way we all are right here. If you want music, wildstyleradio.com. I'll be back on next Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, and then the after party after that, 10:30 Central, or a little bit after. Sometimes we run late, but till then, thank you all, and we'll see you next time. But Wild West and all his rowdy friends is saying good night. Good night, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Night, guys.